Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Scarlett Boo and Paul Sweeney here, and we want to bring in Bloomberg News' Bailey Lipschultz, who is taking a look at some stocks on the move today. Bailey, get us started on Qualcomm.
Yeah, Qualcomm shares ticker QCOM down about 1.5%, and this comes after reports that Chinese regulators will investigate the company's acquisition of Israeli company Autotalks. So this comes with the China State Administration of Market Regulation saying that the company violated the country's anti-monopoly law regarding those talks, not disclosing enough information. It seems like from some of these reports, this could be part of a bargaining chip or looking for leverage between President Xi and President Trump. We've seen a lot of going back and forth around chips and ships and tariffs. So it does seem like this could be a part of it. So not a big move. It was down a bit more in pre-market, but still not a positive to be a company like Qualcomm and be somehow dragged into the back and forth between the leaders of both China and the U.S.
Let's talk about Mosaic. What is Mosaic and what's going on there?
So Mosaic is an agricultural chemicals company. Nice. Ticker MOS, down more than 7%. So this, when you're looking at size and scope, worst day since early August, trading at the lowest level, at least on an intraday basis, since early May. This comes after the fertilizer company said third quarter phosphate production fell below what management expected. They cited some mechanical issues at one plant, utility interruptions at another. The thing that stands out from the Wall Street reaction, Scotiabank analysts saying that the stock will underperform in their downgrade to sector perform. But guys, credibility questions will resurface again. It's never good to have analysts who are on the sell side, who are supposed to be promoting stocks, coming out saying you have to question the credibility of management and what they're actually doing.
Yeah, questioning credibility are not words that you want linked to your stock ticker. All right, let's talk about Levi's, which did report earnings yesterday.
Yeah, reported earnings that were pretty solid, raising their full year outlook. But the big thing, the topic of this earnings season in particular as it relates to retail companies, tariffs. So they did warn that tariffs are going to impact companies or impact their operations. The thing that stood out to me was they're saying that they still expect tariffs of 30% in China, but they bumped up their expectations to 20% for the rest of the world. Just a quarter ago, they had that at 10%. So doubling that. Shares of Levi, ticker LEVI, down more than 10%. Worst day since early April when tariffs were unveiled. We saw Helen of Troy, the company that makes OXO goods, Hydro Flasks, saying that tariffs are starting to bubble up and be a concern for their supply chain and kind of how they're going to be pricing goods. Now we're seeing it show up in Levi Strauss, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out because, again, this is a topic for the holiday season, but really going into 2026, a lot of these companies ramped up bringing their goods into stores and into the U.S. ahead of time. So Levi already has 70% of their products they need for the holiday season on hand. What does it mean for 2026? That's where these questions pop up.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.